going on, everybody? It's your boy, Siganoff here, and today it is quiet hours. Shh. Alright, so basically everyone is asleep in my house, and I'm gonna do a challenge where I have to only use silenced weapons. Shh. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, I'd say we're gonna drop risky rails. Oh fuck, I forgot to thank the bus driver. I haven't played this game in a long time. I only saw the snow stuff like a week ago. Oh, no. No. Oh, it's not a silenced weapon. I'm sorry. That's okay. I am okay with that. Wait, is the silent SMG in the game anymore? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm getting good loot. Let's take that quad, actually. Wailing Woods. Let's go. What's the button for the boost? I know, I'm just gonna wait. No. Oh. We're not gonna get to the circle in time. Give me up. Come on, man. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa. Scoring. Okay, there has to be. This is where there has to be. Silence. Please. Oh my god, yes! And from now on, we gotta be real sneaky. Okay, this is pretty good. My worst fear in this game is coming up like against like some sort of builder pro. Oh, there's a guy.
Hello.
Of course, not build. Oh fuck, we can't go that way. Oh.
Yeet.
Yo, this is so bad. We're in the middle of the open and we're trying to be sneaky. Oh. No.
Be gone!
What the fuck? He was behind me. Oh, I got something. Oh, I got a spray paint. Cool. We're gonna go up over peak and try and get that fucking sword. I did it this time. I did it. Alright, we're going straight. Oh, we're peak. Jesus Christ, so many people are going for the sword. Oh, save me! Oh my god, I don't. Oh wait, I'm not using silence weapons. Shit, no, please, sir. Please, fuck. I crashed this plane. I'm still flying. You know what, fuck it, we're going tilted. It's all snowy boys from here. Oh, no. Don't see me, please.
Who the fuck?
Fuck, man. Fuck, whoa. How do you do this? How do you get on it? Can you get on it? Stop. I guess that challenge is too hard, so I guess we're just gonna go for it. Let's just try and get a win. Whoa, oh, I thought I had that axe. Jesus. What the fuck? The bitch just turned into Santa. You see that face? That's called epic troll. Dude, just chill. What the fuck? Oh shit. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, fuck out of here, boy. I think shut up. Oh, boy. Fuck out of here. Fuck! No, I'm safe. I think I'm safe. Okay, I don't think I blend in that well. That's not my marker. What is that? Fuck, fuck, fuck. Go, 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 go. No, don't do this, don't do this. Fuck, I gotta wait. Wait. I am alive. You have to stay safe. Laura Bonds. Lele Bonds. It's a gun of usage. Oh, he knows. He knows. Safe, safe. Fuck! Shit. Bruh, sound effect 3. You all ready to quit? Everyone's getting all these new emotes and shit. You forgot about the OG motherfuckers.
Ooga booga, go back to Africa.
Alright, bitch, what the fuck? Yo, piss off. This is my territory, bitch. I think I was on 1 health and he had fucking killed me. I would have been so mad. No, 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 no. Oh, I got it. No, fuck, I just got the sword. Fuck's sake. I lived. I panicked so fucking hard. You see that panic build though? May the best win. Fuck. May the best. Fuck's sake. Oh shit, what the fuck? sync. I thought that would work.